Jay-Z and Diddy's accuser was questioned by private investigators. The Jane Doe that just dropped her lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy said that she was contacted by private investigators who were intimidating her and terrifying her and asking her to sign an affidavit saying that all of her claims in her lawsuit were a lie after she dismissed this lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy. And now Jay-Z submitted affidavits from these private investigators confirming that this woman was approached by these private investigators. All of these affidavits are coming from Jay-Z's extortion case that he filed against Tony Busby in California when he got the demand letter from this Jane Doe. This Jane Doe alleged that on Friday, February 21st, she was approached at her home by two individuals, a woman and a large man. They cornered her on her front porch and told her that they were investigators working for the attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. They asked her if she was willing to sign an affidavit stating that her claims in the New York action were false, but she refused. And now, on behalf of Jay-Z, these private investigators submitted affidavits in Jay-Z's case against Tony Busby, confirming that they did go question this Jane Doe after her lawsuit was already dropped. But both of the stories are very different, and some of the things that this private investigator is saying really doesn't make sense to me. Now, this is an affidavit from Charlotte Henderson, who said, "I am a licensed private investigator, but I was not hired by Jay-Z or his attorneys to perform the investigation I described in this declaration." She said on Friday, February 21st, along with investigator James Butler, she met with Jane Doe. This is one big question for me. If you're saying that you are not hired by Jay-Z or his attorneys, why are you going to this Jane Doe's house, and how did you even find out her identity? Pretty sure a private investigator on their own accord isn't just going to jump up and say, "Hey, I'm about to go try to find this Jane Doe," and ask her random questions about the lawsuit, and then Jay-Z is going to somehow know who you are and use your statement in his lawsuit that he filed against Tony Busby? And I find this statement very odd, for one, because why would you go question this Jane Doe just randomly on a whim? And also, Jay-Z has used private investigators in the past in 2021. The Rolling Stone did this whole article in 2021 talking about how Jay-Z hired a retired cop to spy on a former perfume executive. And this article said that Jay-Z's legal team hired a retired cop to sniff around the neighborhood of a former president of a perfume company involved in a breach of contract trial that was in New York. She said that she met Jane Doe on the front porch of her home in Alabama, and she confirmed that she was in fact the Jane Doe